Hey guys, welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4 who is rapidly wrapping up our 5th year of homeschooling. We focus on secular curriculum choices, and we come here to share because, well, when I was going through it, there was like no information to be had. So I figure, let's talk about it. That way other people are not in the same boat that I am in. Today, I am answering the questions from the Ask Me Anything that I had up over on Instagram. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. You can also click subscribe right there in the corner. So I will always try to answer your questions both down in the comments and over on Instagram. Instagram is where I post kind of like more direct interaction things because it's just easier on that platform, to be honest. So be sure that you're following us over there. We are in a season of doing a lot of like homeschool field trippy things, which I don't feel like I have enough kind of days of the week to share here, so I am sharing those over on my other channel, Suitcase Princess, so be sure to check that out as well and give it a like, subscribe, follow, all the things. Okay, so I said ask me anything. Now I would love to tell you that I have figured out Instagram enough to know like an easy way to just have like a pretty list of these things, but I don't 100% know how to use the platform, true confession. So I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I get as many as I can get through in like a reasonable amount of time here, through the way that it was. I'm trying to learn all the high-techy things, guys. That's not me, but I'm making progress, so thank you. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna be looking down a lot. I'm sure this will be really choppy with me cutting out like me standing there, staring there, reading, so that, and of course you don't have to wait for a question and answer thing to come up. You can always head on over and shoot me a question any old time that you want to. This is not the video that I had intended to go up when this video is going up, but the Timberdoodle custom kits is still down, and I'm starting to wonder if I should just order the pieces. I'm just tired of waiting. Anyways, so here we go. Let's see, where is the best place to start? Okay, how do you schedule everything? Homeschool businesses and 2 YouTube channels. So we have a fair bit of a routine. It's not super structured, like down to the minute here. Honestly, it's easier when I'm doing a better job of getting up, which I think the next video you see is gonna be my kind of end of month recap, which I need to talk about that. But we've gone into, again, this is our 5th year of homeschooling. I have always been self-employed, so there's been a certain level of discipline that goes into, and not always. I've been self-employed for like 11 years, 12 years in some capacity. So there is a certain level of discipline that comes with that, and then did that first and then added a kid and then so you kind of built up, and I don't know, we just try to stay on top of things, and my husband's really helpful, which I know helps an absolute ton, and the kids are just kind of set up for success in that respect. Like they understand the expectations that are placed on them. And I don't know, hard work, juggling the balls, trying to keep the balls in the air. I'm a little bit of a busy person. I don't know if you guys can tell. I maybe operate on like a 10 when everyone else operates on like a 6. So that I think helps a great deal. And then I just literally use every little pocket of time. I have to intentionally make myself like stop, which not a good thing necessarily. So that, I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, routine and a wing and a prayer. I don't know. What are your favorite ways to work in art or creative projects? So I'm very impulsive. And what that means is that what that means for our homeschool is that I'm very bad at intentionally doing the kind of fun things, but when the mood strikes us, we do them. So I think by keeping it fun and not making it a task, it stays more fun and more creative. And so we do those things, but like more of an impulse driven thing. I'm not good at consistently doing them by any means, because honestly, those are the first things I always feel like you can cut when you're busy and you're juggling the balls and things like that. So that's hard. I could absolutely be better at that. Let's see. what does it look like when your kids homeschool independently? How do I make it happen well? So what that looks like is we have a few hours in the morning. If you've seen some of our day in the lives and things like that, or how I homeschool multiple kids, all those videos are on this channel. What that looks like is that I will usually pull out the books to the pages, just kind of stack them on top of each other so they know what to grab next. And I intentionally choose many curriculum choices that don't involve me at all. Like my daughter can pull out my kindergartner can pull out her geography book, and unless it's reading a passage, she can, you know, decipher what to do on the page and go ahead and do that. Same thing with her like thinking skills and handwriting and things like that. I open to the page, but she can do that herself as well. I'm not actually involved in a lot of those things. I don't have to touch it. So while she's doing those things, I can help big sister with the things that she needs to do. And when big sister's doing those things she can do on her own, then little sister, I'll help her. And there is honestly and genuinely an expectation that that is the way that our homeschool works. And that's the way we do it. And there's not an option for it to not be that way. Because then we do run into kind of hinky problems, or that's when it becomes more of like a structure issue, not like discipline is not the right word, but that's when it becomes kind of out of the norm and we need to readjust kind of the whole day at that point. So it just is the way it is, and it works for us. I do the Mom and Me Mondays, the front heavy load, to try to get in the bulk of that for myself. So I really focus down on what the kids really need me for. And then I'll kind of check out on the rest of it because I can. That's the way we've set it up. That's what works for us. And I know that's what works for me because I'm trying to do the other things. So that is how that works. I wouldn't say it's well. I think it's just the way we've all trained ourselves to do. So that's just the way we do, if that makes sense. Like that's just the expectation. If you end up supplementing a lot of curriculum and don't qualify, I didn't get this whole one, did I? Don't qualify for a Timberdoodle kit, would you opt to purchase the handbook and scheduler option? Or would you skip it? I went ahead and answered her directly because I thought the kids would be up live. But I would absolutely buy it. The fact that now it's easier you can buy just the handbook and scheduler online, guys, that is one of the things that I think sets Timberdoodle apart. I honestly don't know if we're gonna qualify for kits this year. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ordering enough because I am piecemealing, and then we're into where we're using stuff from Big Sister's first kit. So there just may not be enough stuff for me to actually qualify for the kits. I still fully intend to start with the Elite kit and then switch, do all of that. And so that's why I'm really trying to wait to purchase. Theoretically, I could just go in and add every single individual thing that I want to my cart, and I might at this point because I'm getting really antsy to spend get it, buy it, do it, throw my money at them. And I'm really impatient and I'm tired of waiting. I want to move on. So I don't think I'm actually qualifying. I know I'm not qualifying for 2 kits. I might qualify for one to actually be considered a kit because you have to check like the 3 main, like language arts, math, and one other thing, science maybe. You have to meet a certain threshold for it to be considered a kit. And I don't think I am this year. Like I said, best case 1, worst case 2. I don't think I can finagle it enough to get kits out of it. But again, I need the custom thing to come up so I can figure it out. Anyways, that. How do you deal with pushback from your kiddos when they are not in the mood for school? So again, some of this is just that we don't accept no for an answer. Homeschool in our house, school is not an option. You're doing it here, you're doing it in a brick and mortar or whatever it is. School is not an option. Education is very important. Again, we maintain the same kind of level of like, it's not a negotiable. It's just not been a negotiable thing. And so if we do have, and we do, guys, I mean, everybody does. We've got days where friends don't want to come to the table. And so I'm willing to make certain concessions. Okay, today we stay in our jammies because adding the getting dressed and doing our chores and all of that on top of the push of schoolwork isn't going to happen. I try to reserve some things like, free TV time and things like that for after school work because there's that incentive. I'm so sorry, you didn't eat your vegetables, you don't get your dessert kind of thing. Sometimes our kids I call it broken, where they just get stuck and they can't calm down enough to let their brain move past the kind of obstruction of whatever it is that we're doing. So I'll send them away. Like, go sit in your room for 5 minutes, take a break, go walk around, go get some water, go away from the focus, because that helps all of us, right? Get up, take a walk, 10 jumping jacks, like whatever it is, just break that little bit of fixation helps an absolute great deal. So in doing just a little bit of a change up, that helps us kind of move past it. And then even parenting style, lifestyle, I do not hesitate to move the goalpost. So if we are having a really struggle day, and you can tell some days are just going to schniz, right? So if you're having a day that is just, it's going that way, like I said, we'll stay in jammies, because that's not extra effort I'm willing to put into life. I will move the bar. So, you know, if my normal school day is 10 things, it's not, but like say normal school day is 10 things, I'm gonna quit while I'm still being successful. So we're gonna go through 3. We're gonna do the top 3. That's it. Today might need to be, okay, we're learning about Chinese mythology from a video on the internet. Today, history might just need to be a Horrible Histories on Hulu. Like, move the goalpost so that you are still successful, but you also need to, I'm a very firm believer that you still need to stay in control of the situation and not let them dictate what is or isn't happening. Everybody tells me I'm strict in my parenting, but I feel like I'm getting good results, I guess. So again, it's not a negotiable here, and it never has been. And it wasn't for my little one. If you want to come to the table, then you're going to act like a student, and then we'll move on. There's not kind of that, I'm not flexible enough to allow for that give and take. It's going to be done on my terms, is kind of the deal, which makes me sound really mean and really firm. But again, I feel like we get the results that we want. There's an expectation. And when we need to take a day, somebody's sick, somebody's just having a terrible day, mom's having a terrible day, kids are having a terrible day, and then we take it. But again, it's up to you. And I really think having the 4-day school week this year has afforded us a lot more of that opportunity, ensuring that we get a day to just kind of do something fun. They know it, they look forward to it. So I think that's an extra kind of motivation to get the stuff done. Okay, how did you find out about Homeschool Day at SeaWorld and other things like this? So I'm in like a million Facebook homeschool groups for our area, both religious and secular, both ways, because there's information you can get from everywhere, and I don't want to miss it just because we don't have to agree with everything. So I just tried to get all of those kind of feelers and things out there. But now that I know about these, I'm going to be looking out for them. So a lot of things in our area have things like this, and it was an amazing resource, and I'm super excited. I can't wait to do it again. Again, if you haven't seen it, it's over on Suitcase Princess, so be sure to go check it out. Okay, have you ever thought about going to an all online curriculum for your girls to free up more time? So this is kind of a double-edged sword here, right? I do not, at this stage of life, I don't know if any stage of life, I am not going to intentionally search out an online curriculum to free up time for myself, because our homeschool journey is one that I want to take. I want to be a part of this. While I do have many plates in the air and all of that, my focus is what is best for my children. If a homeschool online thing was what we determined to be best, then sure, absolutely. But I am not searching things out to minimize my role in our homeschool. I will search them out to be efficient because they don't need me standing next to them for every single math problem. Okay, so I search out things to intentionally maximize our day and my input and things like that, but I am not searching out things to entirely avoid me being in that, because that's not the role I want. The most important thing that I do is my children. It absolutely is. It is now, and it will be forever. The most important thing that I can do is parent and be involved with my children. So I'm not intentionally searching out things that avoid me entirely, but I am intentionally, again, maximizing most value for my time, for my efficiency, and a lot of the things that I see, it's senseless hand-holding is not a thing I'm about. So that is not a good economic use of my time, but I am not intentionally looking for things to avoid me. Now, as we get older, I think more and more middle school and high school programs are online based, and that's just what will be what works at that time. But again, I'm searching out what's best and keeping a focus on the fact that I do have other things to do, and I don't want to stand 8 to 3 o'clock doing that. That's not a thing I'm going to do. So that, let's see. How old am I? I am 37. I will be 38 very soon. So that is how old I am. I want to, but I'm drawing a blank. Does that happen to you? Yes. Yes. Yes, it does. All the time. I love the idea of things, right? So again, I'm super impulsive, so I love the idea of like creating your own history and incorporating all the things and like, you know, multi-stretching across many kind of like curriculum and fields of study and all the things. But realistically, I'm not going to be successful if I do that. I know that. Like, I know I'm self-aware enough to know that I need to curb and meter myself is important because I can kind of get away from myself. What would you do if you couldn't use Timberdoodle anymore? So I love many aspects of Timberdoodle, but I think Timberdoodle as a whole in my life has served its purpose, which was to give me the confidence to not use them, to be absolutely honest with you. It gave me the confidence to branch out. So I love them. I absolutely love them. I will be indebted to them forever. But even now, less and less reliance on them. But I feel like the lessons and the gifts they've given me so far have been invaluable. So I love them, and I love starting with their Elite Kit and then trimming and tweaking and all of those things. So that is what I love to do. I will continue to do that as long as it works. But if I couldn't use them anymore, I now feel like I'm in a place where I'd be all right. I could do some other stuff. Yes, I could. Let's see. Oh, totally unrelated. Maybe better served over on Suitcase Princess. How do you make Disney affordable for a family, especially if you don't live close by? So we do not. We live about halfway between land and world. So how do we make it affordable? We use a Southwest travel card. It's our credit card, and we charge every possible thing that we can so that we are maximizing the points that we get, and we almost never ever pay for flights. Something else that I do is I'm constantly repricing our vacations. I get points back all the time. Just the other day I got 13,000 points back on a flight that we have booked with Southwest. So constantly checking. I saved 40% the other day on our Royal Caribbean cruise with just like 2 phone calls. Like $2,000. Disney is the same way. I always, back in the original, you know, before all this recentness, I would go ahead and I knew when we wanted to travel, and I would look at historical dates of when certain discounts were offered, like the free dining package, things like that. I would go ahead and book what we wanted for which hotel, and then as soon as the discount went live, I would go back and retroactively apply it to save money that way. And I am not above, guys, I'm not above driving if driving's cheaper than flying. I am not above staying offsite if offsite is cheaper than flying, but you really need to factor in things like parking and all that stuff. So that, and you can carry in your own food and drink. So we will eat breakfast in our hotel room. I make an oatmeal with my coffee pot. I have done in the past where I like make up a bunch of like bacon and egg little like muffin bites and heat them up just in the microwave in the food court. I will do whatever it takes to save money. We're also not like big soda people, so I think that helps a lot because this thing's like $6, y'all. I will do like whatever it takes to save money on a vacation so that I know I can take more vacations. Like that for me is absolutely huge. Sourcing tickets through third parties. There's a lot of things like Tickets at Work, Sam's Club, Costco. Look, shop, research, shop, and then check it again. Buying those discount gift cards at places like BJ's and Sam's Club. So like you buy a $500 gift card, but you pay $484 automatic savings. Automatic savings, you can use them on everything. So I could go on all day. Again, go follow over at Suitcase Princess. I can go on all day about saving money. We are doing a cross-country trip in May. What are your must-dos, sees, eats, tries in South Texas? South Texas is amazing. We love our area. Houston's great. There's amazing museums, all kinds of fun stuff there. Galveston is amazing and great. San Antonio is fantastic. You have the chance to do the Riverwalk. It's like such a weird and unique, amazing thing. Alamo's great. All of these are very historical. We're very fortunate to be in this area. Do I always want to move closer to Disney? I sure do. But the region of Texas that we're in has so many things to offer. Dallas is amazing. Zoos and aquariums. Our temperament is very good here. So gardens. I mean, there's all kinds of things that are really amazing that if you get the opportunity to be in the area, you should totally check out. Yes, you should. Again, I love our zoo. I'm a sucker. It's like 100 years old. I love the zoo. I love the zoo. It's my favorite thing. How do you handle when a kid won't even attempt a problem you've done before? First First of all, I remind them that when they are fussy, their brain doesn't work. True story. And then I encourage them to go take a minute and compose themselves and come back and try again. And I also remind them that it is not an option. It'll be here now, it'll be here later. You can take as much time as you need to get in the right frame of mind, but it will be here waiting for you. So get it together, come back, try again. And I think, guys, okay, those are the only ones I can easily find. So I think that's where we're gonna end it. It's like 20 minutes, I'm so sorry. All right, guys. Now, I hope that was entertaining for you. Be sure to follow us on Instagram because I'll be sure to be doing it again. Head on over, subscribe at Suitcase Princess because there's lots of stuff over there. Guys, I hope that you found any of that helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, give this video a thumbs up. Again, you don't have to wait for a Q&A, but it's just fun, I think, to see what kind of questions people ask, like how old I am. That's, I guess, entertaining to some people, but it is what it is. All right, guys, bye. Don't you know you all can't tell you why don't you let